Hello there. This is absolutely not a test. This is a very live semi-final between Ashablois USF. This guy is the king of the struggle. He's a tournament warrior. He's third best in the world by the Master League rankings. He's a world championship level player, and he's up against PFC, also from South Korea, playing as the Wehrmacht. This guy is incredibly aggressive. We're on Champs-Élysées. I'm with Siberian GT today, community legend and veteran. Talk us through what you're seeing out there, Sib.
Well, I'm seeing tactical support locked in from Asha. Looking at the map, I'm seeing a lot of open ground. I'm sure the M19s will come into play here. PFC is probably expecting this, knowing his depth of experience, so we shall see what he goes for. And he's gone actually for Lightning War. So off the bat, G43s, M19s, it's going to get interesting.
Yes, of course, and that's a famous conundrum, isn't it? Do you go for a light machine gun and stand your ground and get that peaky, ultra long-range damage, or do you go for the G43s and on the move? In this case, we've got both options available because Ashablois is going to go for the LMGs himself as the United States Forces. Champs-Élysées, and designed by Joe J, is one of the maps, one of the 4 maps that you'll be able to vote on at the end of this stream today for the winner of the map competition that I've run this year. 4 maps in contention. So this is they're all pretty damn good actually. Let's put Fog of War on because we have an MG standoff. Rear echelons are going to be poking their heads around. And then we're going to be seeing how quickly Asher reacts to that situation, whether he converges on the MG.
There's a few interesting things that can play out, like we've rightfully talked about the G43s. It's almost a role reversal with the rifles getting the LMG. I'm assuming PFC is going to go for the G43s, but I'm more interested to see if Asha actually picks up grenades, because he did go for 3 riflemen.
What is this rifleman in the north doing? That is... It looks like it's off... Go on tac map, Sib. It looks like it's off tac map. It's going on a mega flank. Spec Ops engaged.
I think that was intentional because he is... Yeah, I know what he was doing. He was looking for a potential MG, but PFC moved it to the south.
These pioneers are well and truly countered. And the MG is going to come to meet this action. It's going to move north through these beautiful ruins. Look at this cityscape, Sib. It's a gorgeous map, isn't it?
It's absolutely beautiful. Reminds me of Code 3 a little bit.
It does, but with this having shaders and completed graphic settings, this looks actually better, you know? It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to present to you the Code 3 beta.
Gren's launching in here. Rifleman Jimmy out of there. They're going to go for the cutoff themselves. Grenadier's going to do a quick 180 as soon as they realise that is happening. They're kind of like Faymanville-esque territorial layout with the fuels being staggered. And indeed, we are having the Western player go for the northern fuel.
Okay, so PFC almost took a grenade to the face. Asha did research them. He's no doubt trying to pin that MG with his rifles, but he did get caught with that arc from PFC.
We've got good capping done in the south. MG hunting them down in the north. Pioneers got a kill already, maybe a few more on retreat. Yep, there we go. As predicted, this rifleman's suffering some serious damage.
It might go down even. It probably will here. Unlucky.
Extremely close there, extremely close. Meanwhile, we've got riflemen attacking the grenadiers in base. That's audacious by Asher. He's showing his aggressive streak here. He does have that killer instinct at times. I would classify PFC as the slightly more aggressive player, like I said in my intro. And he's got 4 grenadiers now. That is not meta strictly. It's usual that we see 3. But with G43s on the way, you can see some proper Paula-esque blobs coming in later on in the game.
I wonder if this is an interesting adaptation by PFC after seeing that first grenade. He might have considered the MG, but obviously that's a little bit more vulnerable to the free rifle grenade build. I'm wondering if it's intentional. It could be, it could not be, but it does delay the tier 2 ever so slightly. It shouldn't matter too much because Ashe is just researching mechanized. I'm wondering if we'll see an M20 here.
Yeah, M20s are in vogue again. Pretty much going 50-50 whether you go an M20 or a Stuart again, which is pleasing to see. Cut-off attempt was not taken. A bit of a dodgy tank trap there. That could have been utilised in PFC's favour. But let's just check out the TAC map. It's turning red in the Wehrmacht players' favour right now.
This is a common issue I personally have with USF. You really need to kind of push one side fully, especially with a tech like grenades. You can't send in a lone lieutenant, they just get picked off like this.
I'm very keen to check the stats. I want to see that KD, and yeah, it's in PFC's favour. 11-5. Bit of a dodgy start for Ashablois thus far.
Check out the MG on retreat here.
What a good setup. It could be a squad wipe. Oh, that plinth came. Oh, no, it didn't. He got it with the Gren. I was about to say the plinth came to his rescue, but no, the Gren took round the corner and finished him up with the Car 98.
It's a beautiful pickup. It looked like PFC knew to position there, or maybe he got a little bit lucky. Either way, it was perfect.
A good start for Asher. He has gotten better at being cool under pressure, but he still suffers with a little bit of tiltism now and again.
Asher's really struggling. The M20 is coming, but the 222 is already out. That's not what you want to be seeing.
It's not like the old days when those guys have a bazooka inside either. They're not a hard counter for the 222 anymore. They just kind of go toe-to-toe with it.
He might lose another rifleman.
It's really low health. Fortunately, there's this wall.
Yeah, that wall was going to save him.
But that's the problem with going for this northern fuel against 4 grenadiers there, Sib. He's left himself a really exposed retreat path all the way back to base. 222's going to have a field day now, marauding around and bullying him.
Let's see what happened. He changed the M20 into an M5.
Ooh, clever. 60% of the way to its meat chopper.
It makes sense. You utilize your doctrine a bit better, and it just performs against grenadiers on the 222 more efficiently. He is struggling for healing, which is currently getting.
Here it is. He might actually catch the 222 here. The hunter has become the hunted. Couldn't get a big volley off thanks to the Faust threatening, though. The PAC-40 isn't on the field. I think Asher could have pulled the trigger there a little bit more.
I think so too. Probably a little bit conservative.
That's what he feels. He knows the eyes of the Korean RTS world for KO2 are currently watching. We've got Airborne, 101st Airborne, the Korean casters cast in with a huge cohort of Korean fans. It's going in now. Friends retreat away. 222 is going around the roundabout.
Asher is pushing, but he's not really chasing the 222. If you're going this deep, I'd rather you just push all the way.
Oh, he's found it though. 222's trying to make its way through the industrial sector. Ah, we've got a cat and mouse chase now.
Oh.
He's got him. He's surely got him here. He backs his ass into him. One more salvo. Gets it. Also notes in the south, rear echelon's got the cut off. Yeah, I agree. It was a good pickup. Check out that house. You see the one with the Grens in Sib? That house has 6 windows on the south side. So with the conscript squad, you can fire with 6 rifles. It's
yeah,
really,
I just noticed that.
It's really powerful. But the players quite like it, apparently. They're saying it's like powerful but not OP. So, fair enough.
Loving the little statues dotted across the map. That's lovely.
Yes, this is the mother of RNGesus here. A statue to her. We've got a few more as well. Probably a statue to Lenin somewhere. There's like not many statues you can use in the game, so Lenin seems to crop up in the unlikeliest of areas.
There's a Lenin cult.
Yeah, indeed. Right, we've got first G43 out. We've got 2 of them, in fact. So that should start giving PFC a bit of an advantage.
This is where Ash is in a little bit of trouble. Having lost that LT, his field presence is so diminished. He's rebuilt the 222. Ash is going to have to crouch on this M16 now to suppress and keep these grenadiers at bay, but I am a little bit concerned for how he will tech himself.
You're a good Wehrmacht player, Sim. What do you think about getting the 222 out after the first one dies? Is it that powerful?
I like it in this particular case simply because the M16 is actually soft countered by the 222 itself. It's just a positional battle more than anything.
Rifle
And I
nade on the
think
50 cal wipes it.
Oh,
Big rifle nade there. Andy will be able to get it. That's another huge loss for Ashablois.
yeah, just when things were looking to be on a comeback a little bit, he loses the 50 cal, and I don't know, that might be a bit too much.
Could indeed end up being... Oh, there's a juicy tallow mine by PFC, quite adventurously placed. Oh, we got the sweeper, yeah.
So now double MGs, more infantry, an AT gun, and a 222.
I can't see Ashablois surviving for much longer. This game one is surely PFC's to win.
We don't have a single M19. It's hurting.
No, all those munitions going into the early nades, and then of course the meat chopper for 90. It's really hurt him in the infantry battle, and there's his map control that's dissipated.
Even if he somehow gets a couple of wipes here, because he's going for a Stewart, he's going to be so far behind once PFC takes to tier 3.
Yeah, this game's over. Quite frankly, a Stewart and the M16 versus 2 Pak 40s and 4 Panzerfaust platforms. That's brutal. And also on a new map as well. I mean, commonly using light vehicles against Fausts on a map, it's about knowing the kind of distances and the corners, isn't it? And in this case, you might be caught off guard a little bit more easily because, of course, it's new territory. So everything looks against Ashablois in this case. It's very difficult to hype up from this point onwards.
New territory and a lot of little ambush positions in the form of these shot blockers everywhere.
We are losing a sector.
Yeah, ambush positions for a good old Faust indeed. And what we see now, we're seeing another M5. Ashablois going for a double M5 strategy.
Okay, so he's trying to make something happen before tier 3 hits, basically.
He's doing it. He's doing some cheese, basically, isn't he? Is he going to make a party bus? Yes, he's making a party bus.
His party bus has roughly 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, he's going for a huge party! Even though we've got Stuart, we've got M5. He's not upgrading the other M5. That is the bus. That's going to ferry his units into combat. He gets Fausted immediately. It's going to put a spanner in the works.
Recon is popped, so he knows where to dive. The Lenin Colt is marching out of the base.
Finds the Gren. 2-2 shoots the recon plane down. He's pushing him off that northern side. Stuart's doing it the hard way.
He's a little bit hampered by that early Faust, but that has been repaired now. PFC recognizes this smartly. Falls back ever so slightly.
Let's look at all these forces pulled back now on the Champs-Élysées itself. Oh, this M5's walking into a huge trap. Pak 40s are lined up. One of them hits the sandbag, so that is fortunate. That'll allow him to get past. Fortune favours the brave, and in this case, Ashablois is forced to be brave. He's going past the Paks. Stuart goes in as well. Riflemen are in tow. He now disembarks. He's looking for a nade, perhaps.
It is. It's a cute little move, but PFC comes with his main force. There's going to be reinforcement all over the place. Good grenades, but is it enough?
No, we've got an M5 down. We do have a P47 strafing run to head.
That's a good strafe. It was meant to be a good strafe.
Got some suppression and did nothing, though. So, all in all, he didn't cap a single fuel, and he lost an M5, so...
Yeah, this is pretty normal for how these sort of engagements pan out, especially when you're at the base of the enemy player. I just saw a grenadier model fly all the way across the map, and he's spinning as his... Oh, that's funny.
The Olympics are soon, so maybe he's going into the missile category, the human missile.
Oh, I would play the crap out of that if an Olympics mod was made for KO2.
KO2 Olympics, yeah. I think I could compete in the KO2 Special Olympics with my 1v1 skill.
Alright, the tier 3 is going up for PFC. This surely spells doom for Asha. He's still trying to make something happen, but that was about as good as he's going to get for the time being.
Yeah, certainly. Palliman points out he did also lose a rear echelon squad, so yeah, it's just a chance to chill, conserve our energy for the more hype games to come, because I just don't foresee Ashablois getting into this. I hate to be rude, but it just seems that way, you know.
PFC had a plan. He executed it well. He went with the G43s. Asha didn't pick up any M19s. I think he was forced to adapt, and he went for a bit more of a desperate push there.
Yeah, and that strafe, it cost 90 munitions, so there's your M19s for you. Those bad boys are 70 apiece, so yeah, if you really do want to snowball and use them, you're going to have to make some sacrifices, and he's not made them thus far.
Panzer IV is keyed up.
I think Ashablois has to play on though, because you don't want to just... The psychology of Co, I don't think it's good to quit that easily. It's not like StarCraft where players are expected to do that. They're almost expected to fight to the last. And yeah, that... Ooh. Hacks split their shots there, but they don't find the same target, so they're going to be fine. But it's more time wasted for Asher.
He is going to be getting an AT gun, and there it is. The Panzer IV will hit the field, so if he can hang on and somehow pick up this Panzer IV, he'll be in a decent position, but chances of that are pretty slim, I think.
Certainly.
We have a new Panzer IV.
Worth noting, you don't necessarily need weapon racks for the M19s, so you know, one thing that I'm a little bit conflicted about is he went for such a heavy munition build, and he teched grenades. He threw about two grenades, and that was it. That not only delayed his first light vehicle, but it also didn't really do much.
Yeah, that's 15 fuel. He could have gotten into getting his first vehicle out sooner, and it's all just secret. He's battling back as hard as he can, Asher. Well, it's a tough game one to be in, and the writing is on the wall. He just refuses to read it right now.
PFC holding on well as well himself. We're not seeing any clumping. We're not seeing anything out of position. Good formation.
We were talking about USF before this very game, weren't we, Sib? And I said that USF, the most you can afford to lose is a rear echelon squad, or you know, maybe an M20 or something like that. You can't afford to lose much more in high level, elite level play. It just is a snowball faction, and if you can't even begin to build the head of your snowman, you're doomed.
That's right. It's very momentum oriented, and Ash's AT gun was facing the wrong way. It gives way for the people to just rain havoc at this point, and GG.
GG, well played, and it's 1-0 now to PFC.
I find Code 2 shifts a lot through the slightest of movements. If you lose one unit or you're not playing at your 100, it can look really one-sided.
Yeah, it really can do. And it looks like they're ready to start again. We've got our first faction selected of the second game.
Best of 3, yeah?
Yeah, best of 3, both of them
Okay.
today, and then tomorrow's a best of 5, that's right.
Okay. Should be quick then.
Yeah, he ate him with kimchi. Indeed, alugho. Don't know many more Korean cuisine terms other than kimchi, actually. That's the only thing I do know. You've had Korean food, Sib?
I have, yeah. I've had the pleasure of actually having Korean barbecue here in Texas when I first came down, which is lovely.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah. Lovely. Let's get you in a new observer lobby.
Oh yes, thank you. I'm still in the game, waiting for some miracle to happen. It doesn't quit you out when you leave, which it really should.
Yeah, you're right, it should. So do you want to get your RAM back, or are you ready to go again?
I am good to go.
Okay, good man. Are you going to be upgrading for Co 3, or are you going to keep the same PC?
I've already upgraded.
Oh yeah, what did you go for?
I've got a 380 and a 5600X.
Those are big numbers.
Yeah.
Oh.
So 380 is the 380. I don't need anything more than that. And then it's the latest Ryzen. So
Fair
I'm
enough.
good for a while.
Well, you don't really have a choice now that COVID's happened. Did you wait for your parts for a really long time?
I actually joined the Discord that was tracking because the scalping situation and the scarcity of it was horrible. I managed to get some because they post it in advance, and you gotta
Nice.
fight the bots, obviously. So I waited maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but I managed to snag one.
Good man, good man. I'm thinking I'll basically get a similar build to you, but next year. Because the way I see it, they're building Co 3 now, so they will be optimizing it for the current best tech of now. So I'm thinking, I've heard that Intel is better. I know AMZ has the Ryzen processor. It's cheaper and pound for pound better, but I've heard that the Intel is better for Co 3 so far on the Alpha forums. That scares me. Because Intel, I don't want to buy Intel. I want to get the big AMD processor. So I'm a little bit,
I wouldn't be too worried about that. You'll be okay.
I hope so. You in the game? Did you load in successfully?
Yes, I am game paused. I've noticed my counter doesn't work, so that's still broken, but I am in, and it did work last time.
Okay. That's probably because I'm screwing up for you. All right, and dudes, let's get into this bad boy. Break it down. Isolation has you feeling blue. There's only one thing left to do. The patch is out, let's play Code 2. It's the Corona Cup. And you're looking at him, the hot new kid on the block of the Korean scene. He's probably been playing for like 10 years, but whatever. It's PFC. He's gotten good in the last year. Very, very good indeed. And you just saw those gains, those epic gains, bro. Because he manhandled the player in the East, Ashablois. I mean, Sib, that was an impressive performance, wasn't it?
It was planned, calculated, and executed to a T from PFC. That rhymes.
It did. It was very good. Congratulations, well played. I doff my cap to you. I'm a fan of a many a rhyme, but until I've warmed up today, I can't really step up to the plate. I'm just going to let you lead our battle group in that sense. Right, Sib, I want you to think in the mind of a player. You're Ashablois now. You're Wehrmacht. How do you hold the line and get yourself back into this game?
I think you gotta do and replicate what PFC did last game. It really comes down to that. USF, PFC wants to be on the aggression here. I'm sure we'll go for a slightly more optimized PFC build, USF build this time around. So I'm expecting at least 3 grants from Asha and MG at least. The real kicker will come in the form of, does he go for that pack earlier on? Does he go for that 222? The 222 is obviously very good for bleeding USF, but he has a few options here.
Airborne's an interesting choice as well. You know, it's obviously you get the 50 cals para dropped and the M1AT gun para dropped, so you have the choice of skipping either lieutenant or captain. That's what a lot of people use it for. What other advantages are there of the commander?
So Airborne is very flexible. It's the only commander that I personally think links the captain and the lieutenant tier without having to backtech really well in the form of the airdrops. The paratroopers, I can see them becoming a huge problem on this map. They are great late game infantry here. Look at this. PFC, there's something about that little corner. Another rifleman squad is there.
Yeah, just jumping off the map and back on again on the TAC map. Is this, what the hell? The Pioneers in the same position as
Yeah,
last
it's
time.
almost like a repeat.
It is. Oh, but this time Ashablois is going to go for the close quarter combat, so that's a little bit better than how PFC did it. He's still getting sandwiched though. And spit roasted by 2 riflemen there. The Grens watch on voyeuristically.
This MG might be caught out of position. Let's see if he hops into a house.
Oh, he's trying to set up. Oh no, he's not even setting up the right way. That's a hard retreat if I've ever seen one. And a grenade! And a grenade! Oh, this could be done. This could be done already. Another grenade. David takes out the Gren over here. Gren's looking low. MG's low. Can he pick up either of these 2 units? Be very unlucky not to.
He's gonna get the MG at least, surely. That was a ridiculous push from PFC, and that's exactly what Asha failed to do last game.
Reminds me of the Korean tactics of old. 3 rifles, nades, alive and well. Of course, Korean Army, a famous Co-1 player, that was his tactic, and it was very successful in the old SNF tournaments. Here we are, 25 years later, and we have his prodigy, the man he trained in a dojo, PFC, enacting the exact same strat.
PFC really showed Asher how to play the grenade build with 3 rifles, and like I said, you need those 3 rifles. He pushed perfectly. He stole just long enough for that MG to set up, and he flanked it from the back.
That was awesome. It's all about that convergence. It has to be timed to perfection. If you can train that, you can get to top 300 USF quite quickly, to be honest. It's just about timing it.
Exactly. A very cute little trick PFC did is he launched the grenade on the MG first, which no doubt drew Asher's attention to the MG, and straight after that the grenade came down on the grenadiers that were completely out of position for it.
That's a really good point, Sib. I never really thought about that before, but you're exactly right. If you did it in the other order, it wouldn't be anywhere near as powerful.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that. And again, Asher is going to have an early shower today, it seems. This has not been a successful foray today. He's been manhandled by his junior Korean representative. I'm not sure PFC's younger, but he's not been on the top level of the scene for as long. And yeah, it's not looking good for him. I'm trying to cast my mind. Go on.
I keep thinking, sorry, as the central VP being some sort of crazy bonfire.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? It set it on fire.
It's a little bit unusual. I like
if that sets on fire, Relic will release Go 3 multiplayer. What a nade on retreat! Does he get it? Oh, so close.
Good timing. He did pick up one model there. So we have a sniper. I am not optimistic about this sniper. I'm sure PFC is going for the Steward at this point, but Asher's not out of this completely. Not yet.
Well, in the epic days of yore, be it KO2 or the predecessor game, oh, look at that flying V formation right now with the sniper leading the way for the Grenadiers. In the epic days of yore, the sniper was the way to get back into a game sometimes, but it's a grind, Siberian. Everything has to go right from this point onwards. But if he can defend the sniper, get the packs out, get a few tallow mines down, he can lead his way back into the game. But it's a long shot. It's not as easy as I'm making it sound, but it is a way back into a game.
That's right, and we're going to see some more grenades on retreat, I am sure. Okay, PFC didn't fancy that one, so he's going to take a bit of a bleed here, but just look at the map situation, he can afford it.
Couldn't quite get his first shot off there, Mr. Sniper. He went prone. He's got his prey in front of him. Here he goes prone, drop shots. And a plume of blood flies into the sky. And then he sidesteps menacingly.
I'm wondering just how effective the sniper is with so many shot blockers. It's kind of like a lane, but not really. Oh, we have a grenade. Good dodge from Asher this time.
Currently has no fuel. We have rear echelons behind a nice tank trap position in the southwest. Grenadiers capturing the victory point, so he's certainly going to be in a pack, double pack mentality for a long time. And this Stuart's soon to be on the field. And don't forget, Asher only has 3 Grenadiers this time, not the same as PFC having those 4 out.
That's right, he's playing from the back foot, replacing that MG, but that delays the pack for the Stewart, so he's got to hang on. There's no way around it.
Another... Oh no, yeah, he's building his own MG42, having given one gallantly to his opponent. So
this is a mistake.
What is it?
We're building a mortar, and being this far behind, delaying that pack even more. I know we can see, and we have the benefit of seeing what PFC's building, but you must be thinking, hey, I know there's an LT that's highly unlikely he's not going to go for a Stewart just to punish me even more.
It's odd. Is it misclickable? Is it... No, it's not, is it? Because it's not misclick, because the infantry company is so far away from the headquarters, you know. It'd be very difficult to misclick that.
It looks intentional.
Okay, if you say so. Just so odd not to go pack immediately. He's going to have to get light mechanized out. He's get the Pioneer retreating now. His manpower isn't what he'd want it to be. He's going to have to wait whilst the Stuart rips him a new one.
Yeah, I've just noticed he doesn't even have tier 2 down. So he's...
Telemine!
Oh.
Doesn't have to do jack shit, Siberian. He's
Hello.
fine.
Asha, my man, he knew exactly where that steroid was going, apparently. That's a great pickup.
It's complete luck, let's face it, but he looks like a genius, and sometimes the best geniuses, you know, they can make luck into an art form. Amazing.
These amateur casting thinking I need a pack, please. I'll build a mortar.
Mortar into Telemine, works every time, there we go.
That's exactly what he needed, and with that he can
What a
actually
nade!
afford to...
Look at that nuclear grenade!
Almost another grand wipe.
Oh god, this game's silly.
It's silly, but it's got a little bit more action, and I like that.
Yeah, me too. Kind of need that random vibe sometimes. Recon plane going overhead. Can't actually
Airborne.
see it. Oh, we got an airborne drop, have we?
Yeah, it's down south.
There we go. That'll be why I couldn't see the plane. You can't see the plane of an airborne drop for some reason. Don't know why that is.
Yeah, I would have really liked some chatter from the paratroopers as they've been deployed. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you're right. That would be badass, actually. I should put you on the Relics dev team, actually. I've decided. I'm going to recommend you. We've got Thompson's flanking the Grenadier. We've got MG could be wiped in the south. Actually, no, the Grens have been forced away. This Grenadier's in peril. And I spotted another Telemine Sib in the south side of the main road. So he's going to have to watch out for that one as well.
Oh yeah, I see it. Same position.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Sniper's been forced back to base. We do have Vet 1 Grenadiers though. They can heal the sniper, but he's going to go for a bunker instead. That's probably wise.
Yeah, I agree. He's bleeding a little bit, but I guess he has a little bit of breathing room until the major hits with the Shermans.
This airborne, so we're going to have to keep an eye. Oh, there we go. Perfect ambush territory. That's sneaky. Have you noticed if you go far south, by the way, this is playable game area. You can go into this little canal if you really want to. Nobody's done it yet.
I see. That's a very good flanking opportunity there.
Of course, I'm going to be doing a big messaging campaign on the new community manager, John T, to try and get these maps into auto-match. My plan is to message him once a week. I think that's conservative. Won't quite go for like a tweet a day like Skippy did to get counter. Nice grenade there. Grens dodge it. They well dodge it. Koreans clearly.
SMGs have been on point so far. Uh-oh, mortar. Cancels grenade? Okay, decides to throw it on the MG instead.
Gets one of the crew members there. Riflemen battling against the Grens in the north. They dodge a rifle nade the hard way. Here come the airborne. Oh, they're just going to continue to punish. And this sniper only has the 9 kills. Not so sure he's been the comeback tactic Asher wanted.
SMG's in a lot of trouble.
So much manpower devastated continuously by these nades.
I would have liked to have seen the bunker a little bit closer to the front line.
Yeah, well, he certainly would like it now he's fighting in this corner of his base continuously. Definitely would have been better.
Mortar carrying again.
It's pushed him away a little bit here and there. And he's stabilising the fuel position if you can get this cut-off back. He's just got to watch the Veeps.
He has a lot of fuel banked. I see what he's did. So he's skipping tier 2 because I still don't see it. So this is gonna be his comeback mechanic. He's gonna skip the packs in favor of a P4 to try and match the Sherman. I think that's all we're gonna see.
Interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out.
So that makes the mortar look slightly less awkward. Now it could have been a last minute adaptation, but Maybe not.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Cut off for the
Yeah.
fuel taken yet again as Ashablois goes south with the Grenadiers to cap those points, but he's really being pulled apart here, and he can't be that cohesive fighting force that Wehrmacht's like to be. So he's having to fight on multiple fronts just to stay alive.
I think he's changed his mind. Tier 2 is going up now. He doesn't quite fancy going for Tier 3.
Oh, that's a shame. Did sound like a viable strategy there.
It was almost viable. At least the Stug. Dane would have been proud.
Jibber Jabber Jobber, fellow top player there, Sib, he agrees with my thoughts that it was a misclick to go mortar, because it's R on classic hotkeys. Something I've certainly done before. But it's a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a possibility. I don't know. We will just never know until we ask Asher.
Yeah, I'll definitely ask him in Steam chat. I think I'd probably gamble on it being, now that we've seen he is going pack, it probably feels like it's a mistake, I would guess.
I'm hearing rifle grenades.
Did
Oh,
nothing to the lieutenant there.
Smoke from the lieutenant. And that's a good one.
It's that sniper out of combat. It's only got the 13 kills. Just about paid for himself now, literally.
I must say I'm liking Asher's MGs here. They're pretty decent, but PFC is like a snake in the grass. He slivers past these arcs.
Oh, he is. He's on the hunt constantly, his tongue flicking out. He smells a grenadier in the air. And, yeah, he's going to force it back to the underground.
Have you noticed the paratroopers went down?
Did they?
They did.
Here they are. Is that them on the south victory point? They're all dead in a row.
That is them
Human
indeed.
centipede. How did they die, do you think? Any predictions? This
Looks
grenadier
looks like a rifle nade to me.
Yeah, this grenadier that was down south only has 4 kills though, so I doubt he killed the entire squad. But F in chat to the airborne squad. PFC with his first big loss of the game.
Oh, I see 4 models and I see 4 kills.
Fair enough. Maybe it was just maybe it was as simple as that. Maybe that was that rifle nade we heard.
Yeah, that's a pretty big blow. He still has the Sherman, so momentum's still on his side here. Asher is taken to tier 3 himself, but let's go HE.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Indeed, here it comes. He's got the pintle mount upgraded. His first shot's a bit of a whiff, but I'm sure there's more to come from the big bad Mr. Sherman.
Worth noting, PFC actually did sweep the teller down south, otherwise the Sherman would have driven straight over it.
Would have exploded it, indeed. He must have done. Hence the
We don't
lack
want to
of...
repeat.
No, did you see that mine? Holy
Yeah.
shit. I still don't quite understand how that happened to Von Ivan, because one of those vehicles was like 520 health, and it's only 400 for the mine. So there must have been like a bazooka shot or an AT gun round that hit at exactly the same time. It's the only explanation. It's super strange.
Good smoke.
Yeah, using the Sherman smoke there, of course, to get rid of the MG, and the pack can't even fire on him now. PFC's continuing this concept.
It could go down here. Oh. He's toying with my heart here, sitting around for so long against the HE Sherman.
Sniper started his attritional kills. Now he's already gotten 4.
I'm going to say now, once Asher gets this P4 out, and if he can stabilize, he's been doing well on the wipes. He's gonna take the lead. It's very likely he will.
Gonna grind himself back into the game after that dodgy first game, and the dodgy start to the second game. It takes real balls to get back into it, and he's showing he has those cojones right now.
You could see PFC kind of back off. He's been thwarted a good number of times. He's been trying to smoke, created openings here and there, but not really successfully. This HE Sherman has been a little bit underwhelming as well.
Yeah, it's only gotten the 3 kills so far, but it's fired about 10 rounds.
That's a decent shot.
Yeah, got 2 extra kills there for him. You know,
Interesting.
Go on.
The statues actually block the Sherman. I was
I
expecting
saw
them to
that.
be...
I was hoping he'd crush it. I was thinking that'll make a great screenshot. But no, he couldn't drive through it.
I'd change that, personally.
Yeah, I'd tie a rope around its head and pull it over like the Saddam Hussein statue, something like that.
A decent counter grenade from Asha with the G43s. PFC does seize it.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Panzer Grenadiers.
I know, right? Interesting choice. Did you go G43s on these bad boys, or maybe think about the Shreks?
It's a decent map for it, but why would you do that when you've tech tier 3 and you've got so much fuel in the bank? It's a bit of a weird choice there.
Oh, he dived out of the grenade's way, then dived into it in the north there. Sherman's now going to punish him on retreat, but the turret's going all the way the long way round. Tries to 360 no-scope him, and then hits the flag instead.
The enemy is taking our territory.
I think this is a mistake. I don't know what Asha is doing on these Panzer Grenadiers. He has the fuel, he needed that Panzer 4.
Use them well.
Well, he has the Tiger as an option later on.
Okay, right. So he's playing the late game.
Could be, could
That makes
be.
more sense.
Shreks
Okay.
and
That must mean he's pretty comfortable, which is quite the statement.
Siberian, as a veteran Co2 player, it was very easy to get you on board with this strategy. As soon as you heard the word Tiger, you're like, yep, that's fine. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I prepaid my zoo tickets in advance. I want to see some tigers. I'm not even mad. He can build 5 mortars now as long as that tiger makes it out.
5 misclick mortars incoming.
Hey, I was trying to reinforce. Oh, why did you Q5? Mass misclick.
You notice that in Code 3, it's all... Are you a classic keys or a grid keys man? I need to make sure I've got the right tone of my joke here.
So I am one of those classic old timers.
Well, your time is now gone, hasn't it? Because Code 3 does not offer classic by the looks of things. It offers remappable, though, eventually.
Yeah, thank you for giving me PTSD. I found out as soon as I loaded in that... Oh god, because R is now retreat and F is oh my god, I don't want to think about it. No.
I guarantee Love Nest will not be coming back to the tournament scene when Code 3 launches, because he's such a classic snob. He absolutely loves it. He's explained to me so many times, it's so obvious, halt is stop, H. Like, yes, Love Nest, okay, fair enough.
A man of method from habit. Good grenade on the building here. I must say, we've got a Jackson, but this Tiger is verging closer and closer on its entry.
How did that Jackson sneak up on us? That's an interesting choice by PFC. Clearly feels like he's been dragged into deep waters here. It needs the United States forces' only way of surviving deep waters, which is, of course, the Jackson. Safety raft.
I see. So we went with the Panzer Grenadiers on the Shreks, trying to pick something up with the pack and your snares. It's an optimistic build, but it can work. Good use of the sniper, I must say. Look at PFC, full retreat at this point.
Yeah, 26 kills now. There you go. That's 360 of manpower attrition. Yeah, it's a lot of work. In addition to the sniper cost, of course.
I want to consider the possibility that PFC is banking munitions for the P-47s. I don't see weapon racks, there's no bars.
Yeah, Jackson with P-47 to take out a Tiger, I know that for certain. He's also, of course, got the M1AT gun on the field. He's prepared.
Enemy is taking our territory.
That's probably one of the reasons Asha has been able to come back, by delaying the bars or not getting them at all in this case, and losing the paratroopers, which are your spearheading unit, is kind of giving Ash enough breathing room to really stall for this Tiger.
I have to say, though, Ash is going to have a strategic advantage, and it's for one major reason. It's anti-infantry. With the sniper and the Tiger and 3 G43 squads on the field, he will bleed PFC dry. Not if he can't survive to that point. Yeah, here we go. Smokes him out. Sherman's firing on the Panzergrens through the smoke. He's got 13 kills. Rifles are pushing in. Jackson's trying to get some shots in from afar.
Lovely grenades here, making way for the Sherman to take care of the pack.
The mortar team has been killed.
Gets the mortar team in all that. Oh, and there you go, we've got a Vet 3 sniper as he hearkens the 64-ton behemoth, the destroyer of worlds. And he's going to tread PFC under those huge treads and blast him with the 88mm cannon. The Tigers on the field, Sib.
This is the unit I've been waiting for, not quite in this color pattern, so we've got a Snowy Tiger in the middle of summer.
He's a knight in white shining armour. He's prepared for the victory celebration afterwards. This is...
He heard about the Lenin cult, he came all the way from Russia.
Oh yes, love it. Oh, Jackson ricochets against the Tiger there. First shot, he nopes out of there immediately. His big ass in reverse.
Yeah, a little bit underwhelming as a first engagement, but more to come.
More to come indeed. Pioneers cap the central victory point there. Got rear echelons smoking their way to victory. Love that smoke. It's gorgeous, isn't it? One of the best effects in Code 2.
Yeah.
You're not convinced?
No, I'm sorry. I had a moment of PTSD about the effects in Code 3, and I'm like, smoke? There's smoke? But yes, in Code 2, the effects are quite nice. What's going on with this pipe AE? I'm seeing a lot of leakage, and where is this water going?
The Paris, mate. The French are lazy. They're on strike. The plumbers are on strike. It's a union strike. They're not preparing the streets anymore. This isn't even war-torn. This is just due to strikes.
Budget. Oh, the Tiger's like, no worries, I'll fix your leak for you.
Lovely.
Oh, it's even... what is Asha doing? He's like rubber banding around the pipe.
No idea what's going on at the moment. It feels like it's a sync error. You know, all the units just do random things. There's no aggression whatsoever.
Yeah, the Tiger's currently reconnected. Stay tuned.
And he's attacking this overturned vehicle of some sort. What is that? Finally gets through on the rifleman who claims his first kill of the game. Second Jackson's on the way for PFC. Holy shit, this Tiger's going to become a damage sponge. He gives so much veterancy away.
Indeed, he still has the AT gun as well. This Tiger really needs veterancy too for that range against the Jacksons.
I'm telling you, it's going to be GG because the anti-infantry prowess of PFC is not going to be there anymore. He's gone all anti-tank. Think about it. He's gone 2 Jacksons and an M1 now. And the riflemen without upgrades, how are they going to, contend? They get their faces sniped off.
I still have hope. This HE Sherman still has a lot of work to do, and until that's dead, I'm convinced he still has enough pushing power.
Fair enough. He just has a lot of smoke at his disposal.
We're coming close to the elusive 225 for the P-47s.
Yeah, that could help. Could help. So we've got 2 versions of how it could go. Here comes the second Jackson on the field. Rockin' Robbins, the Jackson 2 are now here.
Damn, the sniper. It was a bit of an awkward purchase, but right now it's looking hot. 37 and counting.
Yeah, those 3s look like 5s with this awful font in the Code 2 UI. But yeah.
Nice and metallic.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be. I said it was high risk, but it's not a stupid strategy to go sniper as your combat mechanic. You just have to really pace yourself and protect yourself against those big pushes, and he was able to do just that. And that's why we're now in a turned around situation on only 27 minutes.
So, PFC just trying to mobilize. The more hedges this Tiger breaks down, the more line of sight that opens up for PFCs.
Maybe that's what he's doing. He's using the Tiger as a bulldozer here, just terraforming the map, making it more playable for a support weapon-based build.
It does, but it gives Jacksons more opportunity to really strike fear with a straight line of sight on that Tiger.
Also, lets this sniper have free reign over those rifleman squads. Right now he's struggling though, he's struggling to keep his territory sectors despite AE trying to hype him up. It's not quite happened thus far.
I think both players are feeling each other out, they're looking for that perfect engagement. I keep seeing these Jacksons trying to edge forward. PFC is playing the VP game and I like it. He knows it's a little bit risky pushing directly onto a Tiger. Oh, that mortar, it just swiped the rifle.
What?
Yeah,
I think that was on my screen, by the way, just about. Yeah, I did catch that, but I didn't even recognize what happened. It just seemed so, like, what the hell? A mortar wipes him with one shell there. Meanwhile, a second rifleman squad comes on the retreat path of all of these units. We do have the Tiger, reverses back into him. Well, VP situation we've got to keep an eye on, by the way. Sherman comes in as well. Rifleman tangos. Tiger backs away and blocks all the squads into base.
This Jackson. So close to being taken out. That's a cool little saying from the Panzer Grenadiers. They said the cream of the crop rises to the top.
That's Macho Man Randy Savage, baby. He gets
Nice.
the Sherman there with a shot from the pack from match range, but he was backed into this huge assembly. There's no way through. The cream of the crop rises to the top. Mean Gene.
But with the Sherman dead, PFC is in trouble. Now I will agree he doesn't have a lot of pushing power. He's reinforced with some airborne, but good luck.
Gren's coming in for the kill. They're converging. We've got G43 squads moving all over the field. Snipers already up to 40 kills. This reinforcement mortar, I know he's had several crew members now, but he's actually done a lot of work pushing these squads around.
Yeah, once the pace of the game slowed down, this mortar became more and more effective.
Bloody Tiger keeps hitting the kind of objects on that victory point.
It's a really awkward map for the Jacksons. I'm seeing PFC try to find an angle, but it just doesn't look like it's very Jackson friendly.
No, it's reasonably open. No, it's not actually that open anymore. This map started out being really open, but now with the additions of these huge sight and shot blockers around the central victory point, it's deceptively closed now. So maybe that's tweaking that could happen post-tournament. It is now locked in for the finals. This is the final version for assessment. It's definitely a beautiful map with large open spaces in the south and north. But that centre does seem to be quite shot blocker heavy, especially considering the central victory point has the bonfire on it.
You were correct about the bulldozer Tiger. It just shot at the major and hit the telemine.
Ah! There you go. That poor Major's had a very tough day in the office.
Triple MG. Here comes the lockdown. PFC has VPs. He's got VPs, but does he have enough pushing power to at least get two?
We're in for a long-ass game. We really are. Unless... Well, no, we are in for one because he's got a good army size, but Ash has got the strategic advantage. But PFC's got a massive victory point advantage. This is going to go all the way.
Yeah, what seemed like a pretty good game for PFC to close out has turned into a bit of a gauntlet.
Triple victory point capture could bring an end to that rather quickly.
Getting close to Blitzkrieg. I'm still waiting for the Veteran C2. That's when a Tiger will definitely mold itself into a Death Star.
A lot of munitions as well. We've got double skill planes incoming. It feels like both players have them held back for a reason. The first one to pull the trigger will be met with a trigger pull of the same variety.
And I think Ash is heavily favored here because PFC is the one who needs to take the initiative and to close something out, but Asha will just call in Stuka close air support and have the Tiger as a sponge and the pack supporting. It's going to be tough.
That tree did not pass go, did not collect 200 pounds. He went straight into the sky, didn't even capture on camera. I really hope Co 3 has the random flying elements, and I've already seen that it does. There's a soldier flying across the screen at warp speed in the trailer. How good is that? Meanwhile, we've got Tigers versus Jacksons. One misses, one just about causes a bit of damage.
Good little pushes with PFC across multiple fronts.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Mark, the Jacksons are a little bit out of position here, but they'll be okay.
A lot of damage was done then, and with that single victory point being capped, Ashablois held a triple cap. He just eviscerated 400 Veeps in very quick succession there.
Here an artillery barrage that's on the MG up top. Ash is
Good
repositioned.
call out there. Sib, yeah, it was indeed. Gets out of there. Sniper Watch, by the way, is on 47. Will be celebrating his 50th kill soon. You're all invited to the party.
Increase your efforts.
S-mines in the north there. That's cheeky from these pioneers. Might get caught
Very
in
cheeky.
the act. Though.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
There's so much smoke and grenades from PFC.
He's loving it. He's having a...
He's loving it, but his issue is this Tiger's just getting stronger and stronger the more veterans he accumulates.
That's so
And
close
the
to Vet
Jacksons.
1, indeed, yeah. The Tiger, if you don't know, guys, there's a very small chance you might have new players in the mix today. The Tiger starts out as being a little bit underwhelming, but if it gets veterancy, it's literally a Death Star. Well, metaphorically a Death Star, probably. Mortar round on those rear echelons gets them out of there very easily.
Lieutenant rightfully retreats from that house that's about to collapse, so that's a good opportunity to inject. Maybe you can give me a little bit more context. Code 3, I saw a lot of building destruction.
Is attempting to
Yeah. It's always been the big thing that they showed us was the building destruction from day one. They wanted this super destructible version of Company of Heroes. And the very first kind of trailers they showed off to us, it was all about building destruction. So that game is built from the ground up that everything can be leveled in a very nice way. So yeah, pretty cool.
See how that plays out. Hopefully it doesn't kill our frame rate like the fire does in Code 2.
Well, people are saying that the alpha's running very well at frame rate rise. They're getting a solid 30. It's capped at 30, of course, but you know, that's pretty good. For a
See
pre-alpha.
one unlocked. No
Yes.
combat blitz, just regular blitz on the Tiger, so he doesn't get the additional accuracy bonuses from that. But Veterancy 2 is when the Tiger really comes into its own. It increases the accuracy, scatter, and the range, more importantly, of the turret.
Shame he hasn't got the pintle mount on it. She really could have found the munitions in time for that. We've got a big push coming in the north. Sherman leads the way. However, Shreks have found his rear armor. Get both
I love
shots.
the little Shrek flank here.
It's been snuffed out. This entire push has been snuffed out.
That's right, and look at the positioning of the Tiger, that's so smart. The Jacksons can't do anything here.
enemy forces are securing our
Clearing
territory.
S-mines the hard way.
That's cute. So PFC had to delay that retreat because there were S-mines on the retreat, and they used the Sherman to clear that out. Good
Nice
awareness.
spot there, Sib. I love that kind of stuff. It's great that he's able to think of that right now. But I mean, Asher, he used to be like this in a sense. He used to be very good tactically, Sib, but he used to have terrible late game build order decisions, and then he corrected it. He got a lot better at making the right decision at the right time. For my money, PFC has ruined his momentum in this game, going double Jackson on a bad map for double Jackson, and it's just not worked well for him. And he's given the momentum away to Ashablois.
Steal our sector.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. The Jacksons feel like an awkward deterrent. You want to pummel the rest of the infantry so the Tiger doesn't have enough of a foundation to stand on, but with so much comfort in Ash's hands, he can just do whatever he wants with this Tiger.
He's running ramp shot right now. He's even getting a little bit aggressive with the Tiger, pushing it way further into enemy lines than before.
It's worth noting that all this Jackson movement, I'm sure it's taxing PFC's micro. That's actions he's not using on other units, he's not planning, he's just moving Jacksons from side to side just to make sure they're alive.
And again, on an unfamiliar map with a lot of shot blockers, movement blockers for a Jackson, it's taxing it even more so. because it's constantly new algorithms to compute in your brain over and over again.
We need a dive. He needs the dive, and he needs a dive now. He's down to sub 200 free VPs in Asha's favor. This is probably a good opportunity to dive if I've ever seen one.
There, here we go. Do we have it happening? Spot your map. He's got all these Jacksons ready. The Tiger's put himself in a bit of a predicament. He's got to do something, Sib. He really has.
Yeah, his Shaman is a little bit out of action, so I can understand the hesitation not to push there.
Would have ended in tears, most likely. The Panzer Grenadiers would have helped with that. Well, 52 kills. We missed his 50th killversary there, unfortunately, but he's still alive and well, the sniper.
Alive and very well. Don't know boss.
Do you reckon, like, the snipers in the Second World War have, like, flashbacks of all the scope? Like, you know, they could see the faces of their victims so often. They must do, right? You can't kill 200 people and not think about it. This guy has got blood on his hands. He's killed 52 men, but seen their faces before he does it. In that little Polaroid, you know, that little tiny tube. The tube of doom.
I agree, but it wouldn't surprise me if this particular sniper hangs photographs of his victims.
Oh gosh! Oh, he's a killer in cold blood. He loves it. He doesn't have little photos of Gertrude in his pocketbook. No.
What is this? Don't tell me that. Okay, this is the second Sherman. Thank God.
Did you think it was a third Jackson for a moment?
I panicked. I'm like, please tell me that's not a third Jackson. It's just not enough, as you rightfully called out. Not enough pushing power in the infantry or in the Shermans to really break these MGs on defensive positions. Hold your horses.
Oh, he hits a Talamine.
Oh.
He's exposed. Shame no
And here's the
incendiary rounds.
sticker.
That could have been the ultimate insult to injury, but
That'll probably seal the deal. Tiger's here to provide support. Lovely GAUs are sweeping across the map. One shot is down. P-47's in the mix now as well. Huge flank from PFC. Kind of hesitated, but he's going for it. Look at the Tiger.
Shreks needs to save him. Tiger's frontal armor needs to save the day. It can't! Sherman gets the killing blow on the Tiger just when he needed it most.
Wow, what a scrappy engagement from both sides.
That was actually the M1AT gun, to correct myself. Grenadier just took him out, but then there they are. The Stukas from the sky above take out the Sherman. What the hell's going on out there, Sib?
It's absolute carnage. Asha has a lot of fluid, but right now momentum's all PFC.
Certainly is. We also got a pack down. Lieutenant's looking to take that. All of a sudden, 75 points now remain for the Axis player. He pulled the trigger on a huge push.
I don't know where to look. There's just action absolutely everywhere.
Major gets out of there just about. Nice retreat given the circumstances. Huge fuel count for Ashablois. Huge manpower count. He's waiting for the Tiger to be off recharge right now. He's got so much manpower and fuel.
Yeah, he could easily afford a Brumbear or even the Panther if he really wanted to, quite comfortably.
Yeah, he's got a second victory point cap in the north. He cannot allow this to happen. But
That's so
unfortunately, go on.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say it's so unnerving how quiet the game went after so much action.
Yeah, we're shaken. But with that Sherman dying, it's now allowing this victory point to be captured, which is going to make the victory point situation extremely dicey for both combatants.
One of those Shermans lived. PFC could have definitely done quite a bit here. No, if one of them lived.
Oh,
But
if it had, yeah.
He lost both. So there's the Panther. No, sorry, this is the Brumbear, which has been cancelled. Okay.
Okay. He certainly wants
Strange.
he's going to wait the 1 minute and 4 seconds to get a Tiger, I'm telling you.
Alright, Asha. Get that Stug rolling. I know you want to.
I could queue up 3 right now, easily.
This is the part where we send the Danger battalion into the fray.
And they all have pathing errors.
They all have
Every single one of
Parthenos.
them. Yeah,
But
exactly.
they've got infrared with heat-seeking rounds enabled.
I see you've not watched the Mighty Imperial Danes like 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 2 stream, Siberian. You've missed out
you
on a
kidding
lot.
me?
He just blames Relic. Oh, you've actually seen them. Sorry, my bad.
How dare you assume such things?
Of course, he taught you to play the game, did he not? Anyway, we've got Sherman, the Pioneers in the north. It is a double victory point cat at the moment, but he's going for the southern one. G43 Grenadiers try and cap the centre. Big cap in the south. He's got to stop this somehow, because this will be game if he gets it. Ashablois could be heading to a deciding ace game.
That's right. PFC was the one to close this one. He really struggled, and I think the Jacksons played a big part in that.
Oh, they played a big part in existing and being a terrible strategic build order choice. There's this Jackson here, of course has no kills, but it also has barely any damage. It's not even Veterancy 1. Just such a waste.
At least he still got his paratroopers this time around. I had grenades.
Close to victory. Press
Close to victory, 24 seconds left. It's around 20 seconds of game time unless one of these victory points can be capped. It's all good end for PFC. We'll find ourselves in a deciding ace game very soon. He's capping in the south, but he's under heavy duress from a Vet 3 MG. He's not going to even neutralise that, to be honest. In the centre, he's making one last vital push, but it's all over. PFC has surrendered, and Ashablois going into a deciding ace game. Well played.
Well played, GG. Done better there.
Going back live now, and we're just saying anything would have been better than double Jackson in that scenario. It really would, Sib. Looking at the graphs, though, I mean, I've got them in front of me here. You can really see the moment that PFC pushed in. But if we go to resource flow, it just tells a different story. So there's this huge push in, and they both kind of lost a lot of army value. You see the resource flow. Asher was firmly in the lead there, and on points held after that Tiger hit, he never looked likely to lose his commanding position.
That's right. We were critiquing Asher's obvious mortar choice there and the lack of tier 2, but PFC kind of went, all right, I've had a great 15 minutes. It's time to take the foot off the pedal. We're going to build some Jacksons.
There we go. Sib, let's have a little break and we'll get ready with Kimbo and Inca Una. And then we'll be right back, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are treated to a lovely ace game in the woods, quite literally. Spawning on the west side, we have Ashablois playing as the Soviets. His opponent, none other than the friendly PFC, in lowercase. The two Korean rock stars are battling it out for one place in the finals.
They are indeed, and this is a nice wide open map. That's why possibly we've seen Soviets this time. We've also seen PFC with a novel strategy of spearhead doctrines, a possibility of a mortar half track. I know that is pretty okay, but I'm not so sure we'll be seeing it because the other abilities are a little bit more alluring. Got the Panzer Tactician, Reconnaissance Overflight, and Frag Bombs if we come up against dastardly Zis guns, which we're more than likely to come up against with Ashablois. He's gone for a conscript start, meaning we could be seeing SVT rifles with a Dushka drop. But just the same, maybe... Well, we're not going to see Armoured Assault. He's not clicked it. And usually you'd click it straight away. We definitely could be seeing Guards rifles, though. So, two good options there. Guards or SVTs.
I was just considering the commander loadout. I didn't see Ostrup, and now I know PFC absolutely adores that commander, and they are pretty overwhelming right now. So I'm a bit surprised that he just has two Tiger commanders and Jaeger infantry.
Sib, I want you... I'm going to tell you something now. There's a reason you haven't seen Ostrup, and can you guess what that reason might be?
They're banned, right?
They're banned, baby! We banned those motherfuckers!
That's
Hey.
right. I was sleeping on the job, but no one heard anything. Ostrup are indeed banned. PFC got handed the red card, and that's why we're not seeing Ostrup. That is my bad.
That's not your bad, mate. That's fine. I don't expect you. It's a pretty casual tournament, and you're doing us all a favour by being here today, so just thanks for that.
As soon as everyone went silent, I knew what I had done wrong. They're banned, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
That's all right, though. By the way, when he heard they were banned, he put his hands together in that, oh, yes gesture, you know, like, woo, kind of thing. He was doing that on webcam, only to me. There you go. We got in the train kind of area complex, so Pioneers are being bullied around. In the southern camp area, we've got another battle for the fuels, so dueling battles for the fuels right now.
Yeah, the two Grenadiers against the single conscript and engineers. The MG is up top. And that's exactly where you want to be with the Pioneers to provide you that longer line of sight, just like this.
Oh, a double win for PFC, seemingly. He won out in the north with a Pioneer and MG only. And then he won out in the south with his double Grenadiers. That's really strong. That's two big engagements to win so early on.
Yeah, Asha kind of split down across all three fronts, and PFC's reinforcing both the top and bottom. It's a good pickup with the MG. I think had Asha had a little bit of a flank there, he would have reinforced, but let's see how PFC decides to capitalize on this.
He's had a decent start, and double fuel soon to be engaged. In the centre, conscripts coming under the gaze of Hitler's buzzsaw. The MG42 ripping him a new one.
Interesting we're getting a fourth Grenadier this early. Seems like PFC... This is the second time he's done it, where he's omitted the tech to tier 2 and gotten a fourth Grenadier, sorry.
It's a nice little flanking route here. The MG will be flanked. He's going to do that instead of harassing the fuel, though. So again, this plays into PFC's hands. We could be seeing a 14-minute mine. Attacks the, well, it doesn't attack, it detonates and hurts the Grenadier. 14-minute Panzer IV at this rate.
It's a good flank from Asher. It's exactly what he needs. Opens the game up a little bit because PFC's are over him.
Certainly is. Conscripts retreating en masse. We do have healing in base. But he's under heavy duress thus far. It's not the map being a little bit open and Wehrmacht flavoured. It's just PFC's won out in his engagements. He's let Ashablois come onto him. In the war kind of military sense of that phrase.
I'm happy you clarified because we were getting all sorts of images.
Come onto. It's an oldie phrase. Let them come onto us. Sir, what do you mean?
Quite literally.
Oh God. Oh dear. And that was the last we heard of General Bukaki, but his military career he was court-martialed shortly after.
Short-lived, but memorable. Okay, tier 2 has
Another
gone
mine.
up.
Oh. So lucky they limited it to two model deaths per mine, because PFC's grouped up on his mines rather well thus far.
He has indeed. Ash has done a good job planting them. He did delay his flamethrower a little bit, but he does have one. He's actually... Look at this. We've got tier 2 and a Maxim being fielded.
Not a bad idea. It's an MG-orientated map, and he's also behind, so he needs to stem the map control of PFC as best he can. He's did a good job of it thus far. I think the mines have given him some map control, to be honest, pushing these Grens off the field and back into base. But the 222 now out, that could turn things on in his favour.
Yeah, the 222 will be a bit of a problem. I'm just a little bit concerned for the Maxim. It's only the 1MG, and all the rifle grenades are still active with 4 grenadiers, so gotta watch out for the clump and cover here. Obviously, with the formation changes outside of cover, the Maxim is a little bit more durable against rifle nades, but he really needs to watch out.
222 already claimed his maiden kill. He's now just surveying the landscape. Of course, it's always a good chance to show off the reconnaissance capabilities of the 222. It's a new sight blocker that I think Vector made this map, I want to say, that he added. It's swapped up the centre quite a bit, and there's a joining one up here. I really think that's made the map flow a little bit better. Oh, preemptive Molotov there, nice.
That's a really good Molotov there.
Maxim hasn't been able to do anything thus far. His first action is kind of right now.
Yeah, he's been a bit cornered by the number of infantry, so PFC has smartly expanded his ranks early on with the 4th Grenadier. It's given him a good chunk of map control. They're a bit even right now, but the 222 has the advantage until the Ziz and AT grenades come out. Med bunkering base from PFC. Pretty standard. Asha. Interesting. He hasn't picked the commander. I think guards might be a good choice here.
Yeah, he's got the manpower to think about guards. It'd be one click away, and then, yeah. He could also get the airborne assault guards. There's a few sheds he could emanate from, should he want them.
I don't think he'll be going airborne. He's kind of missed the 2 CP timing of the SVTs and the Dishkas.
Fair enough. And he's got a Maxim as well. Good point. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's gonna be armored assault. I'm guessing it's gonna be guard motor.
He's in a long-range map against the long-range assault specialists. The Grenadier LMG squads are out now with a new Grenadier. It's got 4 in total, so it's going to be brutal.
This has been fielded. PFC overextends. This 222 could go down with 1 grenade and a Ziz shot.
Yeah, 222's at that first amount of damage, but the Ziz is trailing behind substantially. Maxim backs away, trying to keep the 222 in position for a while longer. It's clever thinking by Asher. He's playing chess here with him.
PFC is starting to get LMGs, so it's gonna start looking a bit scary for Asher, but...
Good premonition by you, Sib. Gets it! Oh, so little health!
So
Nearly
close.
sounded like a genius then, my friend.
More grenadiers running into mines. Lovely mine play from Asher this game.
A sector has been cut off.
You can tell that PFC wasn't a 90s kid, because he's clearly not very good at minesweeper. Never seen that smiley face with the sunglasses on, has he?
No, he just keeps running into those mines and restarting the game.
Yeah, constantly. That's all I ever did. I never understood it as a kid. I just kept restarting every time. Clicking away.
Good Molotovs. Good barrage. If you notice, Asher has upgraded double flamethrowers, which usually means he wants to be the aggressor this time around. Foregoing defensive sweeping capabilities.
Asher's had to go all the way north as well. A bit of an odd assault. You don't often see this approach on this map. It's usually Kind of a bit more orientated in this middle and the south for the western player from what I've seen. But no, he's swinging all the way through these tree lines here, and but yeah, the build orders are pretty standardised thus far, aren't they? We're all eyes on Asher and Asher's commander choice, really.
That's right. It's been a little bit unusual from Archer. He's almost coming up to 5 CPs. Still no commander choice, no tier 3. I don't know. This one Maxim just feels a little bit clunky. I understand it, but I'm not convinced.
No. It's just the way he's played with it. I mean, he's not even getting into range as we speak. Maybe he doesn't want to expose himself. I exposed myself earlier, Sib, after I played a game. I forgot I had my webcam on my main screen. I'd taken it off because it's that hot here. I played shirtless. And I went back to my main lobby screen. I was topless. I was like, what? No! I just saw my big pasty white chest on my second monitor, and chat was laughing at me. It was pretty embarrassing.
General Bukaki made an appearance, I'm sure.
Oh gosh, I was hoping he wouldn't. He haunts my dreams, indeed. This 222's been a menace. 7 kills, just marauding around the map, keeping the conscripts out of his territory sectors.
This is not looking good for Asher. Just look at the map. It's turning into a sea of red.
He needs to be like Moses and part the Red Sea, but he doesn't look like he's going to be able to. The T-70 could offer him an option, but it is only that.
And it's such a late T-70. It's a good 2 minutes too late. He has the Ziz, but again, desperation. He's been forced to get the T-70 because he's struggling against all the LMGs here.
Oh, combat engineers become one almost there. There they go again. I'm seeing double vision. My combat engineers. The exact same profile for the infantry, and also the icons overlapped as well. That was really weird.
It's a great MG from PFC here. Such good concave.
Yeah, it's a good cone of fire, isn't it? It's really wide and it's keeping him off balance. Conscripts are having to go east here, but without having victory point control, he was not able to go Wehrmacht on this map, and it's a very Wehrmacht-orientated map for my money.
Oh, didn't quite have the munitions for an Ura with AT grenades. PFC is still very much in control. Asher's making a bit of progress, but 222 is doing a great job kiting at max range here.
Yeah, and the T-70's doing the same now, dodging in and out. He claims his second kill now. And he's just giving a little bit of chaos to the system to allow Asher the room to navigate and claim a few territory sectors. That's all he needs.
This looks like a pretty funky map, I must say. Seeing it for the first time.
A lot of work have gone into these maps, Sib. And you might see all of them today, to be honest. You might be able to cast your vote after the stream today. Cast your vote knowing which map you'd prefer to see win. The winner of the map making competition gets $100. Quite frankly, all of these map makers deserve at least a little bit of money, because they put a lot of work in.
I think I offended Vector in chat ever so slightly. I'm so sorry, my friend, but I think you've done a fabulous job here. This map is looking pretty damn nice.
It is. It was the most agricultural map heading into the competition. The competition was meant to be no agricultural maps, basically. So he completely revamped it to be like an industrial logging centre, like a village that used to be a farmland, and then it turns to cutting down its trees. And then Gandalf and the Ents show up. It's like, when I was young, these used to be saplings. I knew some of these trees since birth. Basically.
I have a feeling you brought that up because this is a login site.
Yeah, you know, when Saruman destroys the trees, mate. It was a bad Lord of the Rings reference, but I'm sure most of chat knew what I was on about, and that's all I care about.
If we replace the Soviets with the Orcs, you're right on the money there.
Actually, I think you'll find it was the Urukai.
Oh, the Urukai, you say?
Looks like meat's back on the menu anyway, because Ashablois is pushing in multiple angles right now. He's got a Maxim watching over the centre. The T-70's been making a menace of itself, and PFC's consolidated in the north. He's got the pack lined up under the watchful gaze of the Ghost Panther.
Yeah, I want to say we're getting the the Tower of Sauron being built in the form of the Panzer IV, but that wouldn't be very accurate. The P4 is going to make its way onto the field either way. Asher still has the one Ziz. The T-70's been doing okay, but just okay. Still very much 50-50.
It's not the T-70 of old, Siberian. It doesn't bring you the same joy chasing down a grenadier on the streets anymore. It's like doof, doof, doof.
What, when you could run your grenadiers over whilst you're blasting them from max range?
I loved it, man. Can we go back to the olden days? It made me feel good at the game, having all these OP units. Now you have to be actually good at the game to win a battle, and it's not in my favour, quite frankly.
That reminds me of a... Oh, hang on. Good shots on the T-70.
Yeah, he gets a little light tank out of there. G40. The Grenadiers, the LMG, claim the central ground with the MG watching over, so you'll have that victory point for a while. Meanwhile, in the north, they've got sandbag conscripts waiting.
You know what?
Go on.
You know what I would have loved to have seen? A 120mm mortar here.
The nuclear death cannon, indeed. It would be. It's always lovely.
It looks like a good map. Oh, look at that, the MG!
That's good enough of a mortar!
There we go.
He kind of heard what we said, Sib. Chatting shit about it, and it's like, no, comrade, 82mm is all you need. I'll delete this MG.
That was a great pickup. Opens up a lot of the map for Asher here. The 222's in a bit of trouble here. Hands of Fear in the top. We do have tier 4 active. Another Ziz is being requisitioned.
All quiet on the eastern front for now. We have a little bit of reconnaissance overflight for PFC. Let's see what his four guys can see.
So PFC's rebuilding his MG. He does have the Panzer IV. I wouldn't even mind the mortar from himself as well.
Map hacks for him there. In order to hit an infantry squad, you have to fight through the layers of sandbags as a T-70. It's not that simple.
Yeah, it's almost like chopping up a nice sandwich.
And the Panzer IV comes to finish off that sandwich, and he's straight through to the meaty centre.
Interesting that both sides are sending the AT guns to the same location.
Yeah, standoff now.
Nice.
They're ready. Looks like the LMG Grenadiers have captured the penis in the north, long gas territory sector. The penile protrusion.
There's a lot of blue jokes this time around. What happened, Is it the shirtless stream?
No, mate. This tournament is not the ML5 tournament that we did. Remember that? That was like for $2,000. This is for 480, so I'm a quarter as professional.
Sponsored by General Bukaki himself.
Indeed, indeed. Given that the average age of the community is 29, it does seem a little bit silly at times that when we like do a relic tournament or whatever, we have to be PG-13. But I do understand, you know, there's so many sponsors lining up to sponsor Company Heroes tournaments. You got Vale Carpet Cleaning. They gave me $100 once.
Oh, don't remind me. I'm gonna go off on another giggle. I swear. That's...
I told you about that last time, didn't I?
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing. That was just ridiculous.
I knew you did.
I love it.
And that's it in 9 years of running tournaments.
Hey man, can you advertise my carpet cleaning business amidst the World War II and lovely rifle grenade at the top?
Yeah, it was good. Shame the Panzer IV wasn't reloaded. He could have finished the job. This has developed into a classic Co struggle now. I'm liking this. We still haven't had a commander choice from Ashablois. What is the man doing?
I think it's gonna be 85s here.
Okay.
I'm putting money. It's gonna be a T-34 85, and I'm guessing it'll be guard motor.
Yeah, but if he goes for that, it's silly because he could have radio intercept all that time. He could have vehicle crew repairs on a T-70. If he goes for the guard motor, he could have had a guard squad with the DPs just chewing Grens up for days. So it's just silly. There's no reason for it.
Armored Assault is selected.
There you go. So we had the option of radio intercept for free, and he hasn't had it. I am morally offended.
A little bit of a missed opportunity for sure.
To understate my previous zeal.
Although, oh look, PFC is farting in the base with the P4. I love it.
He is indeed. What? Why has he accidentally done that? He's just having a disco party back here. Got the dry ice and all sorts on the go.
It was definitely a misclick, but that was so funny to view.
Good catch there, Sib.
Nice.
T70's chilling at the moment. Got the Zisguns, plural, backing him up.
You know, I think I know what Ash is doing here. Seeing him in the last game, I think he's stalling for the IS-2 here.
Do you think?
I think so.
Oh, the hold fire meme cannon. It's pretty good. My recommendation to chat, by the way, if you get an IS-2, you want to hold fire with it because its reload is so bad, Sib. You can't rely on it to fire its own shots. You have to do it for it. Because imagine if you get any on the move, like debuff to accuracy, you've just wasted like 12 seconds of play every single time.
Yeah.
So just like the Brumbear, put it on hold fire. It's so much better when you do that.
I must say, this Panzer IV hasn't been doing a great job, only on 4 kills, and it's been out this whole time.
Shoddy. Really shoddy. And the Zisgun's like, no, it's a bad Panzer IV. They line up against it. One shot is an unfortunate miss, the other penetrates.
It's a testament to Ash's ability to control the map and really keep this P4 at bay.
You now have Tiger tanks at your command.
Tiger Tanks is the option for PFC. Where is he on his teching? Yeah, he's got Battle Phase 3 as well, so yeah.
IS-2 versus Tiger.
Oh, come on. Back to
Couldn't
2014. Take us there, Sib. Here we
Couldn't
go.
be any more classic.
I just remember playing on Semoski Summer. IS-2 versus Tiger for days. Complete 50-50 matchup. Frontal armor. Who's going to win? Almost felt cheating when somebody else, like another unit, joins the fray.
Yeah.
Literally, we just used to 1v1 IS-2s and Tigers, didn't we, in Come the Heroes 2?
Pretty much. I must say, the fact that the 222 is still up and running is good. Definitely good for PFC. He sees a lot here.
Combat engineers push the agenda. The agenda's eliminating grenadiers and pushing them out of territory. Ashablois, we've been sleeping on this guy. He started to eat up the map. I thought that PFC had an unconquerable position, but I was a fool. He's proven as very foolish right now.
I think it's the mortar from Asha. It's been doing a good job.
Mortars are making a huge resurgence. I think seeing Isilda, the best player in the world, using them in the grand finals, it's kind of awoken the rest of the players.
You reckon PFC is afraid of mines? That's why he's not diving on the P4 and the Grenadiers?
It's possible.
I mean, he is, I'll tell you for a fact, because he's got double minesweeper. Uh-oh. This Modern Maxim is clumped up in the middle.
And there's only a T70. The Zisguns were out of position.
We've got a lot of munitions, one fragmentation round, and this Tiger could go to town.
And he is the big boy of the battlefield. This big fat bastard is going to be matched by a behemoth of Soviet Stalinium made with Stalin's very own chest hair as the aggregate. 88mm cannon, high velocity rounds versus a blapping 122mm bunker buster. Who's going to win this confrontation? Sib, 2021, but we got a blast from the past in front of us.
I gotta root for the IS-2 here, simply out of national pride. Let's go.
That's right.
And they're about
Sib's a
to
Ruski.
meet.
Oh my! Let's get the
That's
cinematics
beautiful.
on. It is. Oh, and it's the infantry that's bearing the brunt of it so far. IS-2 exposes its rear, almost to kind of tempt the Tiger into a combat there.
That's right. Look at the T-70. It's being picked up quite nicely by the Panzer IV. Even detonating the
Nice.
mine.
Nice pick there. Never drive over your own mines. We've still got that frag bomb, don't forget, lined up, so we could see an all-in mega push from PFC. Should he
We
need
could.
it.
And I think that's enabled by the P4. Just to the Tiger. I don't... Oh no, Asher's marching straight into the MG42 here.
We're marching into his doom. He does have the Zis gun, of course, the eternal counter for the Soviets. So necessary right now. You could not nerf that because MG42s are currently a little bit OP compared to how they used to be. So they're literally, the stasis is currently maintained by the fact that Zis's have those silly abilities with the, well, it's the field artillery. If it wasn't for that, it'd be very different.
Asher looking poised to take the map for the time being.
You get this feeling that PFC's lying in wait like a cobra, ready to strike. He's coiled, but he's seething.
You could tell he's looking for that perfect fragmentation round. I know he is.
Rifle nade goes in on this MG, and it's taken away. Tiger's pushing in. However, Panzer IV hits a mine. Where are the Zis guns and all that? Keep an eye on these bad boys. They're behind the IS-2. He's getting away there. Meanwhile, the Tiger pushes in with double vet Terminator Grenadiers leading the assault.
Good support from the pack and the Tiger nearby. He's gonna steal a Maxim here. That's pretty big for PFC.
That'll help keep this map, this MG-orientated map, on lockdown.
Fortunately, Asher got caught with his pants down.
He did. And you can't run very fast with your pants around your ankles. He was trying to get back to base, and he tripped over a few times there.
Hey, it's painful watching these rear shots to the IS-2's back.
I know, he's been like a rather exuberant. That analogy's terrible and it's quite sexist, so I'm going to not say it. I'm just filter myself completely. MG obliterating the conscripts in the south. Meanwhile, the LMG Grenadiers have climbed up to 23 kills. We've got the IS-2s just chilling around. I tell you what, the driving in the IS-2, Sib, does that fill you with nationalistic pride right now?
Well, it's rubber banded completely unrealistically, so no.
Oh gosh.
It literally just ricocheted forward and backwards as if it's on a slingshot.
I think they've been at the vodka, one would say. These combat engineers like, we're repairing you again. Again! Stop
Again,
getting
damn it.
shot! It's just, go in front ways. Stop going in back ways.
Have a look. 5 and 3 kills. Relatively even. I think the IS-2 is a little bit better against the infantry when it first comes out compared to the Tiger until it gets a scatter. It's anyone's game.
Yeah, it's anyone's game right now. The victory points are reasonable. Fuel counts very similar. Ashablois has more manpower in the bag, but PFC has way more munitions. He's able to keep these recons on the go. Zis is lined up against the Panzer IV here. Does he have more sight? He gets him again. Does he follow up? Yes! What a shot there!
That's exactly what he needed. That was a great position from Asher.
It was PFC's turn for a bit of dodgy driving.
That might open him up and maybe make him a bit more comfortable to get a Katusha for all these support weapons.
Oh, there comes the frag bomb. 222 brings it down. Oh, and he misses terribly. Now the 222 could be lined up for death. Yeah,
Good attempt, good attempt.
IS-2's chilling in the south. Blapping away on the MG42. Pack lines up a shot. Gains veterancy 2. That's important. That's rates. That's Pen, I think, at Vet 2, actually. Now we're getting IL-2 Sturmovik attacks on all of these support weapons.
Tiger. IO2. Good thing the 222 is still up.
Yes, very helpful. It's currently on
Okay, looks like
anti-aircraft.
we're gonna brute force our way through with a T-34 85 with the Panzer IV out of action. Hell, the Ziz are out of action. The Tiger, look at the Tiger, it's going for it.
It is. It's getting right in there. Oh, can't decrew the Zisk gun though. Vet 3 Maxim suppresses the Grenadiers. Tiger rushes in now, turns his attention to the same machine gun. And we've gone for an 85mm T-34.
I don't mind this. A Katusha would have also been a good choice here.
Good shout, yes, Katusha. Any rocket artillery for either of the players would be a good choice against all these support weapons.
Nice little smoke from PFC. He covered his retreating Grenadier with the 222.
85mm possibly looking for a flank. Doesn't have access to marked target though, so he couldn't really finish off a Tiger if he got around the rear armor. He'd probably just be left stranding. A lot of health on that bad boy.
Look at the awareness from PFC. I don't think he knows about the 85, but he's pulled back, although... Uh-oh.
It's not an airstrike, that's reconnaissance.
That's
a bad
reconnaissance, yeah.
call out, isn't it? Makes me think there's a frag bomb coming in. As the cast, there's nothing like you'd least want to see. Remember in the grand finals at ML5 tournament? I don't know if you saw it. Isilda pulled off an amazing frag bomb on Nagano's repairing units, and it killed his Katusha, didn't it? And I was just so gutted not to catch that on camera. It's giving me trauma.
I must say, this is like a mirror composition. Panzer IV, 85, IS-2, Tiger. It's almost mirrored across the board.
It is. It really is. The only thing different, perhaps, is the LMG Grenadiers. There's 4 of them. But then they're kind of... the mortar's meant to be the difference maker there.
Yeah. Everything hinges on who's going to get the better position here.
This Panzer IV's got to get some squad wipes as well. It's a shot on retreat. Rifle nade. Oh, in combination with the Tiger, somehow the Maxim survives. Meanwhile, we've got the Maxim pushing in on the south. A stun round, target weak point. The pack now gets veterancy 3. That's going to be helpful. I have to say, PFC has got some strategic advantages now, Sib. Not only has he got the LMGs, but he's also got the superior anti-tank gun.
Forget the 222 is giving him plenty of vision, so at all points in time he knows exactly where Asha is for the most part.
I suppose the 85mm a little bit better than Panzer IV. There's a few things in the Soviet players' favour as well, but I just think the Wehrmacht players should, in theory, have this unless Asher pulls off a huge push, and he really has to do that. Maybe he needs to... He's got no pop cap available. Neither player has any more build order decisions. They're locked in now with what they've got until something dies.
So this Grenadier is looking rough, but he should be okay. I think we're going to be seeing a dive on the 222 of the 85 here.
Yeah, he's thinking of it. He senses it. He wants it. We've got an MG that's been lost for the German player. That's the Vet MG. 2-2 still alive somehow. Had a Faust go in on the T-34. That is unlucky. MG's been stolen.
Stolen back. Recovered.
We're now up to 3 MGs because of the stolen one. So we've just gone from 2 each to 3 on one side. That'll change things for Asher.
Yeah, Asha has slowly been picking up all the MGs as we progress.
IS-2's on 10 kills, the Tiger's on 12, so rough parity there. Given the conscripts are quite cheap.
Neither player really wants to pull the trigger here. Slow and painful grind of attrition.
Certainly is. Keep going, lads. We're going to capture the German lines this time for the 12th attempt on the Somme. Very feels much First World War-esque battle here.
Just missing the trenches. Good hits from the 85. It's coming into its own.
Sector has been cut off.
This is the smart play from PFC. I like the addition of the second pack here.
The Ziskans are lined up.
IS-2 bulging forward.
Ha! It loves to bulge forward. It's good at that.
It is.
Is that an IS-2 in your backlines, or is he just happy to see PFC? Either way, he's getting some measure of control here now, Asher. He's going for double fuel. He's going for another victory point. And this reconnaissance of PFC is going to give him... Oh, conscript's about to die. Oh, so close. There they are. They're dead.
The shot from the Tiger.
19 kills. Now he pulls ahead with that 5-man blast. Can the IS-2 match him with an attack round, perhaps?
No vision. Now we do.
Goes to the Tiger instead.
Icons are slightly out of position, but they have just arrived.
Comms and Maxim try and defend the northern victory point. Don't forget that Asher's losing on victory points now, 140-285, but with this triple cap he'll equalise very soon. T-3485 has climbed to 6 kills. Zis gets bugged, but the bug retrieval system keeps it from becoming invincible.
PFC has the positional advantage here. His Panzer IV's all the way up top, so Asher's struggling with an 85 and an IS-2 here.
Zisgun rectifies the situation against the victorious Grenadiers and forces them back.
That opens up some pop cap for a Katusha.
Nice. He's glad he lost that conscript now.
I don't know. Maybe. This
Well, with the
Tiger.
MGs he can cap with them, don't forget, so I suppose a conscript dying isn't the end of the world if you've got a Katusha, but he is only up against 3 support weapons.
I keep talking about this, but once this Tiger hits Veterancy 2, it really is going to ramp up the heat on Asher, so I'm worried that now that he's lost that Ziz gun. PFC still has his Veterancy free pack. That's going to be huge.
Tiger illuminated there, and he's 1 step away from Veterancy 2. Literally needs anything to happen. Even getting shot would give him Veterancy 2 right now. Certainly shooting these poor combat engineers would help out. Oh, I wasn't quite right actually. It's so close.
Katusha's ready to fire.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
I think it's going to get right on those packs. Yep, it's firing now.
Pack's heavily hurt, but they're only wounded. Tiger's repairs are cancelled. It's battlefield ready though, just about, so it'll be able to push forward now.
Decent barrage. Gave the 85 a bit of breathing room.
Jibber Jabber Jobber says, even though you get 25% damage, XP from damage received, you can never attain the next level of veterancy through damage received. It will give you like 0.01% as your next one. It'll leave you as close to Vet 2 as possible without actually getting it. What a strange quirk of the stats. Thank you for Triple J for clearing that up for us, but we do definitely have a Vet 2 Tiger now at least.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Tiger has its claws back. If you recall, before the patch that reintroduced its scatter improvement, it was a little bit underwhelming in the offensive department, but now with the improved scatter, could start mopping up.
Scatter matters, and Tiger can cause many squads to splatter if he can just get within range. 18-8 threatens the Panzer IV now. We've got T-34-85 ready. It's definitely a war of attrition. There were so many huge units on the field. It's very difficult to gain momentum for either player. Constantly trading places. Huge shot from that mortar. That 15 kill Vet 3 mortar.
Ash is waiting for one more Katusha barrage, and then he's going to try and push. PFC keeps scanning to make sure he's not caught off guard.
Sib's 2v2 prowess Made him think that the Katyusha was ready and reloaded. Indeed it is. It's ready yet again. Survey the battlefield here as the Tigers in the north.
It needs to be. Look at the 2-2-2. He's gonna lose the Katyusha to the pack.
Oh my god, what a shot there from max range. Pack takes out the Katyusha. Just on camera there. That was so unexpected. Nice spot. And that's really rustled up Ashablois. He's gone forward with the T-3485 and the IS-2. They're pissed off. This pack had the audacity to take him out so unexpected.
Recon came in clutch at the perfect time in here. Damn. That puts PFC back in the game. Now his pack guns can just slowly creep forward.
Yeah, double pack guns as well.
We had fragmentation rounds on the MG down south, but unfortunately they missed as well.
Second frag bomb misses. That's a crap ton of munitions wasted now.
Yeah,
a metric crap ton, 360. Or was it 460 actually? 460 wasted.
Lovely hits from the IS-2 as well.
Tigers up to 23 kills on its merry journey to Vet 3, where it goes from becoming a battleship into a veritable Death Star. It'll just conquer the battlefield. It almost creates a mini game. If you get a Vet 3 Tiger Siberian, it's no longer victory points. You have to take it out. Your entire army, your entire focus has to be stopping that Tiger from rolling you, because it will crush you underfoot if you're not careful.
That it will, but so a nice little flank from this 85. I know Ash has been trying to sneak one in here and here, but PFC under lock and key. He's making sure this is as slow as possible.
Asymmetrically, we now have the option for an IL-2 Sturmovik attack, but because PFC's been doing so many reconnaissance overflights, 2-2 in peril, he's not saved for... and of course, he wasted that frag bomb as well, my bad. So yeah, Asher could pull the trigger on his skill planes without a return from PFC now.
This has been good. They're grinding each other down. Who will perish first?
Indeed, it's the survival of the fittest here. Like a sauna battle.
Tigers back in action.
Yeah, those Sturmoviks. Yeah, indeed. The packs are in a dire predicament. Conscript spotting for them. Tigers hit by the Zis guns. Well, where are the tanks in all this? Where's the IS-2s repairing whilst the Sturmoviks are firing? That's not optimal.
Ash just feeling the pressure. He's rebuilding this Katyusha that he earlier lost.
Possibly be better served by another T-3485 maybe.
A little bit sad we haven't got the Dishka upgrade on the IS-2. It doesn't quite feel complete to me.
Didn't Asher do that last time with his Tiger in Game 2? He didn't upgrade his Tiger's pintle mount at all. Believe not. Maybe the IS-2 would be at Vet 2 if he'd done that. Haven't seen any frag shells either from the IS-2 yet. That's a good ability.
No. PFC, I must say, he's been spamming the crap out of this recon run. So he sees the Katyusha. Let's see how he reacts with the AT guns.
He got him last time with a snipe. Gren's push forward here in the centre. Balance of Force surveys the situation. Momentarily sees the Zis, but then can't attack.
Such a strange game. IS-2 is at the bottom, Tigers at the top, and all the infantry's in the middle.
An absolute meat grinder. Look at the bodies strewn across the battlefield. Doesn't look as pretty as it used to, this map.
PFC though is getting a good push here. Is Asha gonna pull the trigger? Here we go.
Shotgun Katusha volley, that's a good one. Gren's decimated. Pax somehow get away with it. Oh, last salvo. Cheeky Gren wipe for you. That was a great volley. One volley, 7 kills.
PFC's hurting a little bit, overextended potentially, but at least he still has his packs.
More recon from PFC, yeah. He's spamming it. Oh gosh, just check out the XP meter of the Tiger. It's getting awfully close to Vet 3. That rate of fire at Vet 3 is ungodly.
The mobility boost that Veterancy 3 basically becomes a heavy.
Oh, what a shot from the IS-2 though to interrupt there. Full squad wipe and another! 2 Grens wiped in a moment. Anything the Tiger can do, I can do better. But he's in a close quarter confrontation now with the heavy machinery.
Yeah, huge pickups from Asha. PFC's feeling the burn here.
Maybe PFC isn't #1 after all, despite Asher making a fan club. We've certainly seen with those blaps from the IS-2, Asher's in a commanding position now.
Without a doubt, down 2 Grenadiers. That's gonna give him a lot of breathing room with these MGs. Asher only has a single conscript himself, but once he heals up a little bit, he's in a good position.
The only advantage for PFC is that he now has pop cap for for something, maybe from support armor core, maybe get the heavy panzer core for a Panther perhaps, something of that nature.
Both players are really struggling for manpower. It's cool to see because it kind of forces you to start playing a little bit slower, which is exactly what they've been doing. And look at their fuel banks. We're gonna see reinforcements no matter which tank dies first. I am a little bit concerned. Another Katusha.
Yeah, on the packs again. Used a bit of a flare there to spot. Good shot from the IS-2 from afar. Yeah, there's that cheeky flare. Mortar, such savage rate of fire.
17 kills and counting.
And counting! 21 kill-anniversary there for the mortar.
PFC, he's running out of options. He's slowly being withered down here.
I'm telling you, get this Tiger to Vet 3 and it'll turn around very quickly. Then an IS-2 of Vet 3's not shabby, They're both monsters.
The 4 has its sexy skirts.
Yeah, the Schutzen. Now this is an epic game. This really is. We're 48 minutes into this. It's been a joy to watch. It really has. And both of these players have battled valiantly and deserve to win this series. But only one combatant will have his hand raised in victory. Panzer IV coming out. We've got a T-34 to follow. The tank armadas are being assembled.
Absolutely. As soon as that Veterancy 3 hits, the mobility boost and the rate of fire will kick into gear. PFC doesn't have enough for a frag run, but he can at least see every time Asher moves out.
You go, Panzer IV's going for a flank here on the T-34-85. Got Pack 40s lined up. Ashablois caught sleeping with his Vet 2. 85mm here, surely gonna die. Packs are in pursuit. They get it with a double salvo there. Meanwhile, we've got more action in the centre as the Grens creep forward. Katusha answers them though with a huge volley.
Tiger's moving in now. PFC senses blood. He knows Asher's incredibly weakened. The Ziz is here, but the Tiger, Veterancy 3, kicks it into gear. It might go down here.
Oh, indeed does. Tiger takes out the IS-2 as the Panzers creep forward. You've got the PaK-40s backing them up, all under the heavy surveillance of the 222. PFC pulled the trigger and the cold steel hammer of the Wehrmacht came crashing down on Ashablois' skull.
Absolutely made apparent by the nice ambush of the first T-34-85. Really opened everything up.
And look at this Vet 3 Tiger now unopposed and all powerful on the battlefield.
T4s will clean this up. T-34's out of action. I don't want to call it, but I think this is probably it.
Clean up on aisle 5. We've got some combat engineers that need black... Oh, it missed. How did they both escape? That's quite important, to be honest.
I have no idea how they live. Impressive.
43 kills. Like Rambo running from a helicopter's machine gun. Oh, look at this. He's got, like, these Panzer IVs are in its orbit now. Like little drones. This is a Final Fantasy kind of mega boss. Sephiroth and Janova here. And what can Ashablois do? So low level against this. He's got no army left.
Yeah, not much, I'm afraid.
Oh my god, oh my god, it's all dying!
Even the meat grinder has to conclude at some point, and unfortunately for Asha, he put up a valiant effort, but
he's run out of meat to throw.
Yeah, we're out of meat. The butcher's closed shop.
Oh gosh. The Soviets have a seemingly endless supply of manpower, but what can you do when this meat grinder's in town?
Oh, Katusha barrage to taunt the Panzer IV, come get me.
A shot from the Panzer IV though. Can finish the job here. One more shot is all it needs. That's gotta be it. Surely, Asher. I mean, what have you got, son? PFC truly is #1.
Immortal engineers, that's what he's got.
These guys will not die. I said will not die.
Oh, he's sacrificing men now. This is unfair.
This is stat padding. Shout out to Big Jeff, the Tiger. What a way to end the game. Love it. Just before we do, actually, let's quickly check the stats, shall we, before we go to a lengthy and well-deserved break. I think that game kind of tells its own story, but we are going to have a little look at what each combatant did. Ashablois army value. Dive, dive, dive. And PFC kept everything alive in that last push. That's the crazy thing. Points held. It's a good bloody game. Loads of to and fro. On the personal stats, you can see, yeah, kind of underwhelming there. Go over to Asher. Survivalist. He took 25k damage, the IS-2 did. Holy shit. But GG, well played to both players. PFC is through to the final. Tune in at least 20 minutes' time to find out who wins between Kimbo and Inka Una. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.